Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Horseman channel today. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Daniel, and on this channel we love everything horsepower related. I have a 13 Shelby GT500 that I love, and I try to do all my parts reviews and installations on it and everything. Today we're going to have a cool little video basically talking about the differences about 11 and 12 Shelbys versus 13, 14 Shelbys. I get a lot of questions on it, so I thought I might as well do a video on it and go from there. So without further ado, let's get going. Things first, that I'll go ahead and get the windows rolled up here so we can hear each other a little bit better, or hear myself rather. First things first, we'll go ahead and talk about basically is the differences between 13 and 14 Shelbys. I love both cars, and just before I even get into this video, I don't know every single difference about them. I kind of know, the big ones and the majority of it, but I don't know like color combinations and things like that. I don't pay that much attention to that. So I'm gonna try, if there's things I missed, by all means put it in the comments and everything, and we'll just go from there. So first things first is between 11 and 12 and 13, 14 is the taillights. You have, and I'm not going to go in order here. There's some things that are like of what's important or not. I'm just going of all the differences that I know. But as far as the taillights are concerned, 11 and 12s have what is known as like that candy cane look, and they're just, in my opinion, they don't look as good. And that's my personal opinion. That's just how I feel about them. I much prefer the 13, 14 taillights. They're like in between, instead of the candy cane in between, they got more of like the black, dark out look, and the shape is a little bit better in my opinion. A lot of people change them out. There's kits you can get for the 11 and 12s to transfer over to 13, 14. A lot of people do that, so that's another good one. Moving on next, I would probably say that the biggest difference obviously is going to be the 13 and 14 has the 5.8 liter engine in them from the factory, as opposed to the 5.4 that's in the 11 and 12. Now they're both aluminum blocks, aluminum heads, great engines and everything, but yes, there is a 5.8 in the 13, 14 versus 5.4 in 11 and 12s. That being said, a lot of people, and from what I've experienced and what I see in the forums, both engines make roughly the same horsepower before they start having issues or failure on the dynos and everything else. So both engines in my opinion are phenomenal. The 5.4 has slightly less compression, so a lot of people find that they can put more boost to it, without having any more issues. So that's kind of how that goes. But other than that, both engines are amazing, and I love them both. Supposedly the 5.8 has better connecting rods. I've been told by a bunch of engine builders that they can't really tell the difference. They seem to be exactly the same. So, but other than that, moving on to the next thing would be the blower. In the 13, 14s, you get a 2.3 liter TVS blower. Instead of on the 11 and 12, I think it's a 1.8 or 1.9 Eaton. It's a smaller blower on the 11 and 12s. So you do get the bigger blower on the 13, 14s as well. And that honestly, guys, a lot of people will take the 13, 14 Trinity blower, put it on a 5.4, and you're pretty golden. And then, yeah, that's a lot of people I know with 11 and 12s, that's what they do. Next thing on the list, I would probably go with, let's go with the one-piece drive shaft. So on 11 and 12s, you have the two-piece drive shaft, and on the 13 and 14s, you get the one-piece carbon fiber drive shaft. less rotational weight or mass, lighter drive shaft, better, stronger. You know, it's a nice drive shaft. To me, it's a nice upgrade for sure. And then what else here? I would probably say next we could go to the grill. The grill on a on 11 and 12 has got like that honeycomb look to it. They've actually got a grill, whereas the 13, 14 Shelbys, they came factory with no grill. They have a bigger heat exchanger for the bigger blower, and for the cooling, to get that kind of cooling to cool down the bigger blower and to be more efficient. It's basically a grill delete. I think it looks phenomenal, and obviously is a little bit more efficient as well. Let's see here. Moving on, let's go. Next, I say would probably be the digital. You get the digital dash in the 13, 14 Shelbys, and you don't get those in the 11 and 12s. And you get like the track apps with the 13, 14s. Yeah. I love the track apps. Whenever I go to the drag strip, I actually use the launch control because, well, the way my tuner did it is basically my launch control almost acts like a two-step. It's not bouncing, but it just holds it at the RPM. I can dump it and it gives me all the power. And because all the traction control is disabled with the tune that I load, it works phenomenally for me, and I love it. Next, I guess, would probably be, obviously, and people argue that the gearing in the transmission for the 11 and 12s is slightly better. It's more aggressive from the factory. Not only is the gearing in the actual tranny a little bit different in the TR6060. They're both TR6060 transmissions, but the gearing is slightly different. And also, so for the rear gears is going to be like a 331 factory in the 13, 14s. It's how they got the Mustang basically to do 200 from the factory. 13, 14s were the first Mustangs to go 200 mile an hour from the factory, so it's pretty cool. The other thing would probably be the fact that and the 11 and 12 has 373s, I believe, or 355s. I think it was optional. I think technically, I believe they're all optional, but that's just if that's how they came without, you know, any special ordering. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, it's just that the overall gear ratio on the 13, 14s was meant for top end, versus on the 11 and 12s is more short end or more aggressive. Which, you know, a lot of people like. I actually swapped my gears out for the I got 410s in mine, and I love it. So I'm not trying to go 200 miles an hour, so it doesn't matter. So now, all that being said, that doesn't mean, in my opinion, that the 1314 is just above all superior in every way. I mean, I guess with how I kind of said things, it kind of definitely sounds like it. But it's also a lot more expensive. So to me, it goes to what do you want to, you know, price range. And those 1112s, you know, with bolt-ons and the blower swap, it's pretty comparable. If you don't want to spend the extra cash for a 1314. I got lucky with this one. But yeah, it's all in kind of what you want. They're both amazing cars. The 5.4s are incredible engines. So are 5.8s. Yeah, I love them both. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and maybe I'll do a pros and con video of the two, because I didn't want to get too involved with that and go off of like just all engine specs and the pros of one versus the other. I just wanted to name basically the differences between the two and kind of go from there. But in the comments, if I miss things, by all means, put them in there. If I miss like wheel size or different, you know. 6-piston Brembo brakes came on the 13 and 14s, whereas I believe it's 4-piston on 11 and 12s. Now, a lot of people swap those out anyways. Matter of fact, this car has them swapped out because the previous owner, for wheel size options, it's better to have the 4-piston unless you're going to go road racing all the time. The 4-piston does fine, and then you have more options for wheels. So it's kind of whatever you want to do. But yeah, if I missed anything, by all means, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about all of it. Any questions you have, I'll answer, and I'll try maybe do another video of the pros and cons of each, and maybe whatever you guys want to have me discuss in the video. Put in the comments below, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and as always, what's in your staples, guys? Thanks for watching. Have a great